Okay, where the conclusion is supposed to come? Which part of the report?
The last one.
The last one. Okay, this is supposed to be the last part of the report, and to our relief, it is supposed to be written at the end as well. Okay, now which part of the report comes first, but you write it at the end? Which part? Summary or abstract. Okay, but this is pretty simple. This comes at the end, we write it at the end. Okay, the purpose of this section, the conclusion section, is to make it clear to what extent the purpose of the report was achieved. Okay, and which findings were made in the end. Okay, so there are two things which we want to clarify. What was the purpose? To what extent did we achieve it? And what did we find? Then, okay. So the purpose meaning the objectives, the aims of the report. Okay, they should be stated at the top of the conclusion section, so that people know what you are trying to say now. There. Okay. You say what you are trying to do, how much did you do it, and what did you find. Okay. Okay. All statements in the conclusion section must be supported by the report. Nothing new in the conclusion. There should be no new item in the conclusion which you have not discussed or stated in the report earlier. Okay. Common mistake is people do the report, okay, and they put some of the results directly in the conclusion. Okay. This is wrong. The results, all of them should come in the conclusion section. You will restate them, rephrase them, summarize them, discuss them. Okay, but don't exclude something from the report just because you want to present it in the conclusions. Okay, so when you reach the conclusion section, for example, somebody read your report from start to end till the conclusion section. Okay, now in the conclusion section, he should not come across anything which he has to look for somewhere else. Why is he saying this now? Okay. So don't talk about any new material. Don't talk about any new task. Okay. Don't talk about any new study which others have done as well. Even the literature. It should not be new. Everything which others have done should also be first introduced in the report. Okay, in the conclusion you can talk about. Okay, so anything which you have done or which others have done, you have to talk about it in the report, and the conclusion section you can just mention it. Okay. Okay. Some guidelines about the conclusion section. First thing is it should summarize the purpose and the motivation for the document or the project. Okay, the purpose, the objective, the goals. Okay, the first thing should be mentioned. Okay, then clarify to what extent the purpose was achieved. Okay, already mentioned. Okay, and we were trying to do this. How much of that we have achieved? Okay, so you were trying to compare between two projects. Okay, which one is more feasible than the other? So we did it on the basis of budget or design, whatever. Okay. Provide a summary of each section of the report to indicate how that section contributed to the overall objective. Okay. So, what are the common sections in the report? Tell me. Introduction. Okay. So, introduction is somewhere here. This is why we write the introduction section. To highlight the purpose of the report, the motivation of the report. So this is already there. Okay. What else? What comes after introduction? Scope is part of it. Scope is part of it. Okay. What else? And then that can be included in the conclusion. Scope can be included in the conclusion. You are either at the top or at the bottom. Okay, appendix comes after this. You don't have to mention these, the appendix in the conclusion. Okay, what else?
Objectives.
Already done. It's part of the forward from introduction. You are stuck in introduction. What else? You introduce your project. Now what else? What else you need to learn? Huh?
The results.
The results, yes. Okay. So don't put all the results, summarize them. Okay. Think which ones are more important, which ones are more decisive. Okay. Which will help the client more, the reader more in making decisions. So you only include that. Okay. How did we get the results? Calculations, or you did some experiments, you did some analysis, maybe you ran the results in a software. So that should be mentioned as well. The methods, the procedures should be mentioned as well. Okay. Yeah, and then you come to it. Okay, so we have the introduction, which is covered here. You should mention the methods as well. You should mention the results, okay, the important ones. And in some cases, you may mention something from the previous literature as well. Okay, but that thing should be mentioned in the report first. Okay, don't just drop it in the conclusion because it was already there. It was done by somebody else. It should be part of your report. Then it can come in the conclusion. Okay. If you think something from the previous literature is important, somebody did another study in another country, you feel that that is important. Yeah. But that should first appear in the report, and then that important part can appear in the conclusion. Okay, so that can be done. Okay, try to summarize everything. Okay, the conclusion cannot be 10 pages long. Okay, since your report is 100 pages long and you have to put things from every section, that doesn't mean that the conclusion section will also be 100 pages long. Okay, try to summarize everything. Okay, see which things are more important. Okay, so if you wrote the objectives using a paragraph, then the conclusion section it should be 1 or 2 statements. Okay, don't write the entire paragraph again. Get my point? Okay, everything should be summarized. Discuss the implications of the finding and indicate the contributions made by the report. This is your work. This is your opinion. Okay, so we found this. So what is the practical application of this now? You found a material which can be used for building construction. Okay, so now you will tell the reader, okay, this according to our finding, this material can be used in Bahrain because it works well in hot weather. Okay, so this is the implication of your finding. What was your finding? This material, we did the test, in high temperature it works, or the strength is good. This is my result. Okay, what is the implication? Yes, it can be used for building construction. But now what? Okay? Okay? So, according to your finding, what the others can benefit. Okay? That is the practical application. And obviously then that will also highlight the contributions which are made by your report. Okay? So, okay. Yeah. So, what is the new thing which you have found in your work? Okay, which the readers already didn't know. Okay, so that is the contribution made by you. Okay, is it a new material? Is it a new test? Is it a new experiment? A new project? Okay, what is new? Okay, that should be part of the conclusion as well. Emphasize the most important findings. Okay. So, some findings are more important, some findings are less important. Okay? So, the findings which are more important, try to use or try to rephrase them or repeat them and so on. Okay? Emphasize means try to repeat them, use strong language for them, okay? Provide results for them, provide numbers for them. Okay? Recommend something for future so people know that these are the important findings. Okay? And then provide suggestions for future work if appropriate. So we call them recommendations. The last one, yes, called recommendations. So what others can do based upon your report. Okay. Now what is the difference between this thing and this thing? Implication of the finding and suggestion for future work. What is the difference between them? In both of them, you are saying others should do this now. Okay, so both of them are for future, and that could be done by others, not you. You didn't do it in the report. Okay, you didn't do it when you were writing the report or doing your work. Okay, so what is the difference between this one and this one?
One of them is based on your report.
One of them is based on your report. Okay.
First.
Okay, and
The second one is based on their new results.
new results. Okay. Anything else?
One you did yourself, the other would do.
Say again.
One you did yourself, you know the results. The other one, others will do. You don't have any control of the results they will get. You just
Okay. This is on the basis of your finding. Okay. This is on the basis of. So I already found that this project is more feasible. This should be implemented. Okay. Or this material is stronger. It should be used. This is implication. Okay. Based on my finding, my report. The next one is something which I don't know myself. So something which is still unknown. After I finish my work, this thing is still unknown. So I don't know what will happen. So I am recommending others, okay, the client or the next person who will do the research or the company boss to find out more about this. Okay. So this is what they should do on the basis of things you already know. This is what they should know in future. Okay. So yes, this project is more feasible in terms of budget. But will the people accept it? We don't. So in terms of budget, it is less expensive, it should be implemented. But people acceptance should be found out. Okay. This material is stronger, yes. But we don't know the budget, so this should be found out. So it is stronger, we should use it. Okay, but how expensive it could be, it should be found by others. Clear? Clear? Okay? Any questions? Okay. Now let me. So what are they saying now? Provide purpose and motivation, right? What else?
Percentage achieved.
Yeah, achievement of purpose. Okay. Summarize findings. Implications of findings. Future work. Okay, these are things they are saying should be part of the conclusion section. Okay, again some examples. Okay, can we identify these things in the sample? If this is the sample, if this is a conclusion section, okay, what are the things you can identify from it and what are the things which are missing?